Inglewood. We should be live now. Mouthpiece included. What's in Chuckie Gruden's heart? There's a topic. Production. You can cue the joint. So you cats, when you come on board, we talking politics. Right here on TATN. Yes, sir. So we always request that you guard your grill, knuckle up, and definitely, don't forget to bring your mouthpiece. Chuckie Gruden. Et al. Was he a fall guy? Did they single him out? I got to take a duty. I should have taken the duty before this game. Should I send his text or should I take a dump first? But yeah, we're not here to do this. Let's see here. Big ups to our production squad.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use.
That's right.
For purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting,
That's right.
scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Big ups to self-love. This joint right here playing, and Cal Bennett as well. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Was there a big cover-up? Do we know? Do we care? That's what we're here to talk about here today. Right here on Mouthpiece Included. You can find it. T18. And big ups to Deuce out there. Deuce, that's Lil Ace, our co-host. He completed a trip around Gold today. One around the sun, a turn around the burn. So happy birthday. Happy birthday. And for this wish, Deuce, make sure I get your rookie card. Your rookie MLB baseball card. I'm going to need that for the free. And I'm going to need you to sign that. So big ups to Deuce. Big ups to Ace and the Earth. So what we got today? Chuckie Gruden. What's in his heart? Do we know? Does anybody care? Chuckie Gruden? Was there some privilege involved? Excuse me. Does anyone know what's going on, what I'm even talking about? So just to let you know, today's show, what we have in store for you, we have our weekly hot topic. We'll go ahead and touch on some things that's been trending in sports. And then, of course, how about those Bears that's coming up? We always follow that with just in time. So we analyze the star rookie quarterback that the Bears have finally taken a large gamble that this African-American can absorb the playbook and get the team in and out of the huddle, such, according to them. So, and then we got the quarterback of the week. I know who I'm picking. And how about those Bulls? They got a W. Game 1, I believe it was in Detroit. And then I'll close it out with our topic, which is always Chuckie Gruden. What's in his heart? And nobody knows what's in his heart, privilege versus privacy. So to give you some context for those who may be here for the politics, more so than the sports, meaning you could give a rat's behind about sports. John Gruden, they call him Chuckie because if you've ever seen that film, Child's Play series, horror film, which is great around, Halloween's coming up. Anywho, the guy is a football guy. I don't think he's ever played. If he did play, pretty sure he wasn't any better than myself. Talking football. I know I had to kick his ass on a basketball court. Anyway. Now, this is my assessment. He worked his way up through the ranks. Can't take that away from him. I mean, the NFL ranks. Came up kissing butt. Probably sending, dirty emails. Part of the old boy system. We know the system. No? Shouldn't talk about it? Well, that's what we're here for. It's the whole point of our platform. So, worked his way up the ranks, I believe, at Tampa. I believe he politicked the black coach that was there out, Tony Dungy. But Tony Dungy likes the guy, defends him, So, my belief, what does that mean? So apparently Tony Dungy doesn't feel that way, or maybe Tony Dungy just doesn't know what he doesn't know. There's many a brilliant, successful person that, don't know what they don't know until they know. But who knows? So long of it is, Tony Dungy built the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who were perennial bums, for lack of a better term, doormats in the National Football League. Easy win. Historically, that franchise would be lucky to get 3-4 wins in a season. 1-15 was nothing for them. Okay. Tony Dungy turned that thing around. His leadership. He had, what's my man's name? For the Chicago Bears. But Lovey too. Lovey Smith. Lovey Smith was his head defensive coordinator, and they turned that thing around. I believe they got to the NFC Championship, but I think many people in the know felt like that team was peaking in the right direction. However, you never know. I think the organization felt like they needed to get someone at the helm. The Cubs have done it. You have your guy, your players coach, and then you bring in a overseer, analytics guy. It's going to trim the fat and get you over the hump. Well, although I give all the credit to that defense, Chuckie Gruden doesn't know a thing about defense. They did go on to win the Super Bowl that year. Big ups. And Chuckie Gruden was giving a boatload of credit. So I don't, choose to be too hyperbolic. Meaning Chuckie Gruden, became the savior of sorts and got a whole lot of credit, for winning that Super Bowl. And I'm not going to sit here and take that away from the man just because we don't know what's in his heart, And now, this show was set up. I was supposed to advocate on behalf of him. I was going to do some part-time coonery. And then the co-host is whoever jumps in here, they're going to, be the anti-coon. I'm going to play my part, though. No one knows what's in these people's hearts, but they do know what's in their email inbox. So that's just to give you some background. That's not the actual top. I mean, that's not the actual content we're bringing, but that's a sketch of what we're going to be talking about today here. Like, share, subscribe. Let's get them in here. Like, share, subscribe. Let's get them in here. Leave a comment. Drop a comment in there. Do you think that Chuckie Gruden has ignorance in his heart? Hatred. I mean, so he did come out right away and gave a press conference. He gave a presser right after the Bears went to Vegas and kicked that team's derriere. So let's see here. So yeah, make sure you like, share, subscribe. So that's what's lined up for you today. We did have some hot topics that we're gonna hit. So we're looking at I don't know if you guys saw the Bears. We will be covering the Bears momentarily, but the first thing on the hot topics is Aaron Rodgers. All right. Sharon Rodgers, maybe I should say. Yeah, that's going to be her new name, Sharon Rodgers. That's the quarterback, for context, of the Cheeseheads. The Cheeseheads, for further context, is the Limburger. For further context, the Limburger would be the Green Bay Packers. All right. So it's a rivalry game. They came to Chicago and won. I mean, it's a W. I would celebrate that if I'm them. Yeah, but he had a lot. Aaron Rodgers went over there to the crowd, to our crowd, in the hallowed grounds of Soldier Field. Probably going to be his last game playing there as a Packer. I think he knows that. And said something to the effect of, "I own you." And they didn't turn the cameras around. I don't know if that was some sort of Hispanic, some sort of mulatto. I don't know if you can say these things. I don't know if he was talking to some sort of African American, but I don't like that dog whistle talk. Let me tell you something about Aaron Rodgers. He's married to NASCAR, and we know what NASCAR tends to be. Bootleggers. So he said, "I own you." At least that's what the interpreters or the lip readers were, able to access from, what they saw. Now, I didn't catch any alternative news source that had him deny, this. It is a rivalry game. So they asked our tight end, Komet, about it, and he said, "Well, we got to go play them." So this is going to be interesting. Maybe the Bears fans will taunt, the Cheeseheads fans. We'll see. But I thought it was tasteless, Sharon Rodgers. Thought it was tasteless. We're all non-fluid. And then we got the Chicago Sky, big ups. I don't personally know a thing about the Chicago Sky. I know they're a female professional basketball team, and I know they are coached by a Noop. So yo to that brother. And I know they just brought a chip home to the great city of Chi-Town. For that, I'm forever indebted to them. So big ups. They got jiggy in the parade, in parades. Who decides who gets the parades and who cares? Meaning, so how, what if UIC wins a national championship? I guess they'll get a parade. Yeah, they would. They sure would. Yeah, scratch that. I guess everybody would get a parade, wouldn't they? Yeah. All right. Follow the money. Follow the money. All right, let's see here. That's all right, dude. You could, you know, you can always rewind the show to the beginning after it's over, or what have you. It's all good, bro. Uh, let's see here. Just sharing this link. So yeah, so that's all I had. Oh, and lastly, this is going to be our topic for next week, which is Ben Simmons. For context, he plays for the Philadelphia Eagles. I believe he's an Australian born, so I don't know. Australian American? No. African Australian or something. But anyway, he's been riding that Kardashian curse. He dated one of the Kardashians, and most of us knew it was downhill from there. All right. However, we're going to talk about this. He recently signed a 4-year deal. I think he's got 4 more years left. Over $20 million a year, and now he decides he doesn't want to play anymore. He has the same agent as LeBron James. Queen James. They have the same agent. So you just wonder. So he's holding out for a trade, and he lost a lot of value. So I don't want to put too much cart before the horse, but that's going to be next week's topic. We're going to get into Ben Simmons. What is his rights? I want to say as an American, but he's not even an American. And I think he went in on the city of Philadelphia, and it's not looking good for him as far as playing in a Sixers uniform this season. So those were the hot topics that we got for today. Let's see here. So now oh yeah, the Bears. All right, so we just kind of talked about that. Yeah, I think everybody knows what happened. I sat around, missed the whole first fucking half. Woke up early and time just flew. Like, wow, missed the whole first half of the game. You wake up here, the game's at like 10 a.m., on the West Coast. I woke up at like 8. I think that game was at 1, so it was like 11 here. I got up at like 9. And then by the time I thought about the game, I think it was 12 here. So I blew that. So I don't really know what happened in the first half. It did look like they had some opportunities in the second half. One thing I'd say about this kid, Justin, and it's going to come if they would have had him starting from the beginning, he'd already be there. His timing is a bit off. He's got to get that ball. That ball's got to come out of there faster, or he's got to decide to run. I don't know what he's looking for down the field, because Jerry Rice ain't under the ball. Big ups to our receivers, though. I do appreciate what they're doing. They block. They're playing a team game. And, I think we have some of the best receiving as far as a package in the league. We don't have that big stud number one, so to speak, but we do have, some guy, Robinson. He's a Pro Bowl type. He flirts with the Pro Bowl. And then, of course, Mooney, Darnell Mooney. He's a speeder. Burner. He's got good hands, believes in himself. So as far as the Bears, we took a L, and we took a L at home to the Packers. Okay. You guys can put lipstick on the pig if you want. You're still looking at 12. So can't get worse than a home loss to the Packers. So it's a tough week, for the Bears fans out there. Really, really, really tough week. Let's see here. Quarterback of the week. We got the Bulls. We got the Bears. So I covered Justin, and then we've got quarterback of the week. So this is a segment where we determine the black quarterback MVP, our co-host Ace, he pretty much picks what's this guy's name at Denver? Teddy Bridgewater. Go Teddy Bridgewater. I mean, he picks this guy week after week. Me, I picked the kid, Justin Field. I picked him twice. I'm not going to be a complete homer as far as that goes. Quarterback of the week. I'm not going to go with Bridgewater. I'm going to say quarterback. Can't go with the kid. I don't watch it, so it's hard for me to really pick one. I watch the Bears. I don't watch since George Floyd. That's why we got a politics show. It's not about the sports; it's about the politics. But if I had to pick one, I guess I'd say Dak Prescott. If he played this week, big ups to Dak Prescott. No, small ups. You didn't want to kneel. All right, so here we go. So we did our quarterback of the week. We're going with Black Prescott. I think he's some sort of black. And the Bulls. Now, that game snuck up on me. I missed the season opener. And it was a barn burner, nail biter. And the Bulls got her done. I was thinking maybe the Bulls can trade Levine. Maybe the Bulls can, get a sign and trade. Move Levine for Ben Simmons. I don't know. I don't know. Did you guys do that? I don't know. Levine is killing. They're total opposite type players. Type it in there. Would you sign and trade Levine, the Bulls, for Ben Simmons? And if so, what would you need? Would you throw in Levine and a pick? Or would you expect something back from Philly? Like maybe they're throwing in Ben Simmons and a pick. So, I don't know. I like Ben Simmons. But he does have that Kardashian curse, allegedly. So, hey guys, make sure you like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Let's get them in the building. Like, share, subscribe. So let's push forward. We're going to push forward and get on topic here. And that is Chuckie Gruden. What is in his heart? Privilege? Privacy? What's in Chuckie Gruden's heart? So that's, what we're on. You guys check last week's show out. We covered company policy versus human rights. With the Kyrie Irving situation, you might want to look up Draymond Green's response. Thought he said something very eloquent, showed leadership as far as it goes with, supporting people in their right to make choices about their body. But great show last week. We covered a lot of data. So this week, we're at. Last week, Ace, we were both wrong on our predictions. We both picked the Bears, and we were both wrong. So we're both 0-1. Now we're going to get into Chuckie Gruden. I kind of at the top of the show provided a what's known about Chuckie Gruden. So what he did, essentially, in my mind's eye, he white privileged his way into a 10-year, $100 million deal. I think he was more than coach. He was in charge of player personnel. I've always felt like he was one of those dog whistling SOBs. If you see it, you see it. If you don't see it, you don't see it. And if you talk about it, you're called, you're playing the race card and yada yada yada. And this person, we don't know what's in this person's heart. He's nice. He treats me nice. And then so you made to feel like oh, it's just me. But those who know. And those of us who do know are constantly shocked when those of you who don't know are now shocked. Befuddles those of us who know. Yeah. So I believe he was in charge of player personnel because he orchestrated the deal with Mac that brought Mac over to the Bears. And Mac has distaste for the man, he took that move very personally. So I don't know if you're out there, type in the comments. Did Chuckie or John Gruden, did he ever strike you as alt-white before his Hillary Clinton type of email blast got released? Did John Gruden ever strike you as alt-white prior to the Bears kicking their ass in Vegas? So that's a question for the chat. And I just answered it for myself. You're damn right he did. You're damn right he did. He was referring to Keyshawn as a diva. Who are you to refer to this grown man as a diva? Say it to my face. And just reckless talk. If you remember the side that he was on with the Antonio Brown thing, he was always on the side of the dog whistle. But yet people blacker than me always talked about, we don't know what's in his heart. We don't know what's in his heart. We don't know what's in his heart. He donated to the, United Negro College Fund. He donated to UNICEF. I don't care if he donated to my personal bank account. I still know what's in his heart. Ask my people, you guys need to stand up or stand down, wake up or go to sleep. Your choice. But so, yeah, type that in the comments. Did Chuckie ever strike you as alt-white prior to 2 weeks last week? Now, we're in the cancel age, and I, tend to prefer not to come off as hypocritical, right? We're in the cancel age. I do not believe in censorship. I do not think people should be I think we've gone cancel crazy. We've gone cancel crazy. But that's my opinion. So, should Chuckie Gruden be canceled? My take on this, and I guess I need to get more into what this is. Let's see, make sure we're doing this right. Yes, okay. So what this is, the Washington football team, formerly known as the Washington Hate Skins, right? They had been under investigation for misogynistic treatment, as a company, just as a corporation, just being really, I guess, allegedly brutal, ignorant, towards women. And I want to say towards like homosexuals and stuff. I want to say that. However, they were under investigation. The league was looking through hundreds of thousands of emails. And so the Washington football team ended up paying a fine of $10 million. John Gruden's brother had been a coach for the Washington football team during a lot of these times. And that's how he's getting involved. And So there's an email thread with Dan Snyder. He was the owner of the team formerly known as the Hate Skins. He was on the wrong side of that for no reason. I think he's trolling with the name of his team currently, but he paid a $10 million fine, which is a drop in the bucket, I guess, to guys like that. So John Gruden, out of the investigation from the NFL or the Fed, whoever was investigating these emails, John Gruden's name kept coming up because he's young. You know what I mean? This guy's lips look like the Michelin Man. You know what I mean? This guy's all over the place. He you know what I mean? He's talking about the commissioner. I think he called the commissioner gay because of his stance with Michael, my man who had came out and then he got cut. Nobody talks about that. You know what I mean? Him and Colin Kaepernick should be suing together. But holding hands and taking a knee. But Colin Kaepernick and my man, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, so there was a whole lot of stuff. I mean, I don't even want to repeat some of the emails. Really makes you wonder, though, the mindset. Because I think we as black men, like, when the computers rolled out and they were, this is the email and we're on the intranet, so you can email each other within here. I wasn't the type of person that needed them to tell me, hey, don't email each other private stuff. These things are monitored. Yeah, no shit. Why do you think you gave it to us? Same thing like these phones, computers. Yeah, no shit. So in other words, it takes either a huge idiot or a plug thug, somebody with a lot of privilege, that is just sitting in his place of employment in the company's profile, typing hate, for lack of a better term, for years. And so now they had to have known, the owner of that team and other people in the league, even the commissioner, they had to have known before this guy resigned, this snarly little press conference. I'm not racist. They had to have known before the Bears went up there and kicked their butt. They had to have known that guy had sent those emails. Question is why was he out there? You start asking another question. If you're one of the brothers on the team and they knew, those brothers knew before then. The question is when did they know? Because that game was really odd. Anybody who's watched a lot of football know what I'm talking about. I said to everybody, man, those penalties, man, was crazy. It reminded you of the old school Raiders. It was so undisciplined. It was like 3rd and 41, then a smack on the face for no reason on the quarterback. And it's almost like some of the black players on the defense wanted the Bears to win. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I said it. Yeah. It was weird. The game was weird. It was weird. Which brings me, should he be canceled? Now, I was going to tell you my stance on this. I would say that he should be canceled. Well, not canceled. I'm not going to say that. I disagree with the canceling. I mean, I don't care what happens to this guy personally. He should not have his job. All right. He should be canceled from the NFL. Now, should be open. Should he be able to play in the Canadian Football League? Yes. It's a lot of misogynistic, homophobic, racially insensitive people north of the border. And there's a lot of good-hearted people. We don't know what's in these people's heart. Should he be able to coach in the USFL? Yes, if the USFL still existed. But canceled? Is that what we're talking? Shouldn't he be canceled? I mean, I think America's going cancel crazy. So put in your notes in the chat. Should this guy be canceled, or should he not be canceled? This is what we're wondering. We got Ace in the building. Looks like he's connecting to audio here. What up there, fella?
Where the TI is? Already go? I'm here to accelerate.
Yeah, you keeping your social distance, bro?
Yeah, whatever. I just came to want to check in with the show before we headed home. Sure hate I missed talking about Chuckie.
It's all good, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hey, let me tell you something, boy. Family first, especially in that city, man. Love your sons, man. Love your sons. Hey, bro. What you guys say about Chuckie real quick, man, before you go? Chuckie, what's in his heart? What's in Chuckie's heart, bro?
Oh, for sure. He's having a good time, and just me and the whole family enjoying one another. Okay. Yeah. So they go do some.
Hey, y'all leaving? Happy birthday, dude.
It's about that time. They putting us out. They shutting everything down. So we got to get on up out of here.
All right, fool. Hey, check out the show, man, as you know what I'm saying? It's rolling.
For sure. But if I get a chance to check back in when we get home in a timely fashion, I'll be back. Peace out.
Yeah. Hey, get home safe, bro. Don't let the jackets get you.
Man. For sure.
All right, so that's our co-host right there. It looks like he's leaving Chuck E. Cheese. I think he said he's at.
Nah. Chuckie, out of here.
I think he said he took Chuck E. Cheese to. He took Deuce to Chuck E. Cheese. I don't know, but we need to get that straightened out. I'm not sure. So, all right, here we go. All right, well, that was a good surprise. What is this on my screen? All right, there we go. Now, tyranny. That's my question. I don't even think this is debatable. People are saying, there's people arguing that, he expected, he should have had a reasonable expectation of privacy. Now, listen, you see this on my dome. Yeah, shameful as it may appear. Big ups. When that awful Donald Sterling, the owner of the LA Clippers, who I guess his ex-dip recorded him on the phone, calling Magic all kind of moolies, whatever. I defended him, okay? Because they have laws against that in California. And she should have been thrown in jail. Period, point blank. At minimum charged, tried, convicted, given probation, or what have you, or change the law. See, laws aren't written to be administered, in my opinion, only for those who we like and don't like, or maybe there was a coup to get control of his team. Again, this guy was awful by all accounts, by all accounts. I don't know what's in Donald Sterling's heart. You know what I mean? I never sat down and said, hey, what's in your heart? You know what I mean? And even if the guy told me what's in his heart, I don't know if he was telling me the truth. You know what I'm saying? But this case is a little bit different. This case to me is a little bit different because Chuckie wasn't using his private email. He was on the LARaiders.gov, server, and we've always said stupidity or ignorance of the law. We've always said, that doesn't shield you from the long arm of the law. So I just think that, if people were using that as chess pieces, what have you, he ended up in a horrible, awful position. And he got his comeuppance. So small ups to Chuckie Gruden. It was a good ride for you. You made a boatload of money, and I still don't know what your qualifications are or were. Yeah. Where there's smoke, there's Schefter. There was some Schefter emails. He's a big pundit. He's the main NFL guy at ESPN, not TATN, ESPN, and gets a lot of insider information allegedly. So as they're going through all these emails, Adam Schefter, that's his name, they come across Adam Schefter. And he sends an email to the potentially racially insensitive owner of the NFL football team, Washington football team, Dan Snyder. He emailed this man and he said, well, here's the article for your final approval and any edits, Mr. Editor, ha, ha, ha. Now, any journalist worth his or her salt, or any non-descriptive, non-binary, fluid, Q, cisgender, etc., they worth their salt. Shit, I lost my train of thought with all these fucking alphabets. Any journalist worth their thought is going to not do that. You don't do that. You don't do that. So I think it was kind of like, in other words, if I have a source, I'll send it to the source, say, hey, check this portion of it out, just for accuracy to make sure I got your quote right, or, I didn't misquote you, or, but you don't send your whole story, and so it starts making you wonder, who does Adam Schefter work for? So you have these pundits, they're always bad, and he didn't, and he said, where are they getting this information from? Do the owners have microphones all over the stadiums? Well, we know it's possible, right? Do they have the place where the players union meet? Is that bugged? Is the president of the players union as big of a puppet as Adam Schefter, allegedly, apparently? So all of these things had been, and more, apparently a whole lot more. A whole lot more. And methinks, this information may have been hacked by like WikiLeaks or somebody like that. And so they had to put this out there because it was going to come out anyway. But they said it's a whole lot more. And your boy Chuckie Gruden is just the tip of the old iceberg out there. And Chuckie Gruden is just the fall guy out there. But they're not talking about the entire scope of the emails, because again, it was people from all over the NFL emailing, as you can imagine, these people, and supposedly there was a bunch of insensitive information freely over the company airwaves. But I'm going to say, in this case, I'm not going to call it tyranny. I might say corporate tyranny. But if anything, you're just an idiot. Bottom line, anybody out there dumb enough to not understand what I'm saying? If you're at work on the company server and you're emailing all your private business to, your spouse or what have you, and, my boss is stupid and all this and that, trust and believe, they're reading all of it. So just know that. All right. So, yeah. Now, Stephen A. Smith He had a very interesting take, as usual. He immediately said that. Now, in his defense, it was before, the bulk of some more emails leaked out. But he had enough information to, I think, feel like he could postulate what was in this man's heart, unless you're just mentally handicapped. But he bumped for him. He said, yeah, I work with him, and he's nice, and yeah, I never even understand. Yeah. I'm going to say this, black people. We have to stop being so enamored and pleased and happy when we meet a white person that's not full of hate. You meet a white person that doesn't hate you or treat you, like they would treat anyone else. I'm going to say this. So what? All right? So what? It shouldn't be a jamboree and a ticker tape parade at this point. And I think that's where we get behind the 8 ball. We're so shocked that we got somebody treating us with dignity and respect. We drop our guard. Telling you guys, if you can hear the sound of my voice, so what that they're treating you with dignity and respect? So what? You know what I mean? They don't get ups for that. Now, I'm going to roll this into my final thoughts. Was this violent? Is this violent racism? The type of racism that could create lynchings and things of this nature? It was a good old-fashioned family at the water cooler racism. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about. Was it that toxic, masculine, old boy system, white boy? I hear it. I'm not so shocked by anything I hear, but, the granny out of the church. Oh, my Lord. No. I mean, is it that? Could it be the case that since, maybe he had a lot of enemies? I hear he's a douchebag, even though you got, it's what I heard, my sources. Even though you have coons, bumping for him. He's a douchebag, so it's possible he had enemies, and, they use his good old-fashioned family racism against him. I don't know. I never met the man, so I don't know what's in his heart. Okay. Then you got cats who say, yeah, I've worked with him for the last 5 years, but I don't know what's in his heart. How are you supposed to know what's in his heart? What are you going to say? Well, I was sleeping with him for 20 years now. I don't know what's in his heart. How do you know what's in a man's heart? You people, stop letting these gutter people use this gutter language to confuse you, okay? Get yourself literate, all right? So, that's all I got. Do I know what's in Chuckie Gruden's heart? Do I care? Do you care? Were you hurt by the emails? Did you cry? Randy Moss cried. That's right, the freak. Randy Moss cried. Because it's too... Because it's 2021. It's 2021. It's 2021 and this man gonna send these emails. This man's a coach. He's a coach. And those players who, don't think about those players who had to lace them. Yeah, but you ain't did none of that crime when George Floyd got moped out like that. You ain't think about none of that, so those are my final thoughts. You guys, was it good old fashioned racism? Yes. Was it hatred? Yes. F. Chuckie Gruden? Yes. So, as always, I want to say we appreciate your support. Join us next week right here. We're going to get into Ben Simmons. What would you do if you were Ben? And what would you do if you were the GM of Philly? How would you feel if you were a Philly fan, a Philly resident? And then check us out right here on TATN Wednesday at 7 p.m. For the Self-Love Show. We're going to continue our Dead Rapper series. That's right. Dead rappers. You've got theories. You're worth more dead than you're worth alive. TATN, TATN. Bear that in mind. You're worth more dead than you are alive, especially if you're facing charges. Mouthpiece included. TATN, TATN. So y'all check us out. When you moving through this world, don't forget, guard your grill, knuckle up, and don't forget to bring your